right, congratulations. You want to start an LLC in Illinois. There's a few things that you have to think about before we get this registration process started. The first is going to be your name. And there's a few things you have to think about with that. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty on how you come up with a business name, but a few things that are required, or I guess not required, is you cannot have in your business name, it cannot have the words bank, trust, nonprofit. Make sure you don't have those in your name. The other thing too is your name is going to include LLC at the end. So if it's Jim's Lawn Care LLC is how your business will be known. The other thing you want to think about too is make sure that your business name is available for a domain for your website. You want to make sure that Jim's Lawn Care LLC.com is available for whatever your business name is going to be. What you don't want to have happen is you register everything, you get it all ready to go, and then you're like, I got to get a website now, only to find out it's not available. So do some research when you're doing that. I also make sure that name isn't already taken in Illinois, and you can do that on the Illinois Secretary of State website just to make sure that you're not going to run into any issues there. The other thing about this is there are companies out there that will charge you hundreds of dollars to do what I'm about to do for you for free. You could totally do this on your own. The whole point of me making this is to show you just how easy it is to start an LLC. And it may seem overwhelming, but I'm going to walk you through each step and then you will be good to go. So let's get started. The first thing you're going to want to do is go to the Illinois Secretary of State. And if you can't find that, just Google Illinois Secretary of State and it'll take you here. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to go to business and you're going to incorporate a business. This section right here, you're going to click that. And now with that, we're on this web page, you're going to scroll down to where it says organize a limited liability company. So you're going to hit organize limited liability company right here, select this. And now this is just asking you what type of LLC, if it's going to be a standard LLC or if it's going to be an LLC that wants to establish a series. I don't know what business you're going to operate. I'm going to assume 95% of you only need this one. So it's just your standard LLC. Now, again, I don't know what kind of business that you want to operate or how you want to grow it or whatever. If for most people, the standard LLC is fine. If you do need to do a series LLC, you can do that as well. But for all intents and purposes for this video, we're just going to do the standard LLC. So hit continue. All right, now it's going to bring you to this section that talks about the provisions and everything like that. So you're just going to hit yes, you agree to all of this, and then you're going to hit continue. Now I do want to make a disclaimer. I'm not actually going to register the LLC that I am creating right now, or not creating, that I'm going through right now. The reason being is you can't do that. You're not supposed to. It would be a fraudulent thing, so I'm not going to do that. This is completely for educational purposes so that you know how to set up your LLC in Illinois. So I just want to make that very clear. That is my disclaimer. All right, the next thing you're going to put your name and hit continue. This part just let you know that they are the ones who are going to decide whether they will accept your LLC registration or not. So hit continue. Now for this section, you're just going to put in your address. You can either use your home address, or if you already have an office or like a warehouse set up, you can put that address in there. So wherever you want to have your LLC's address registered, this is where you're going to put it. So I'm going to fill this section out and then we'll go to the next section. All right, this next section, when I registered an LLC the first time, this one threw me off. It's asking for a registered agent. And what is that? What's a registered agent? A registered agent is going to be you. So the registered agent is the person that is going to be receiving all of the legal documents, business documents, notices from Illinois. The state wants to know where they're sending all that information. And so you are going to be the person they're sending that to. So you are going to put your name, your address, and fill this part out as if it's you. And so I'll fill this out and then we will go to the next step. And then on the next section is just going to make sure that that is the correct address. And you're going to click it is correct. As long as it is, double check it, make sure it's right. And then here it's just going to have the list of all the different people that it's going to be in the LLC. Now, if you want to have a multiple member LLC, you can do that as well. You'll just put everyone's information that's going to be associated with your LLC. But for simplicity's sake, I'm just putting one person in here and we're just going to put that there and we're going to hit continue. All right, now it's going to come to the section where you're going to fill this out, stating that you have all the information correct and that you have the authority to start this LLC for yourself. Now, obviously, I'm not going to continue with this because, as it says, I am not going to perjure myself by doing that. So what you're going to do, you fill that out. It's going to take you to a section that it might say organizer. You're just going to put your name, your address, and all that information. And then it's going to take you to a review page. In the review page, it's very important that you double check everything that's in there. If you submit this and then remember, oh my gosh, I put the wrong address. I actually want to use this other address. The state's going to charge you, I don't know how much it is. Usually it's $25, $50 to go and make those changes. So just double and triple check all of that information in the review page. After the review page, it's going to take you to the payment page. You're going to enter in your credit card information, and then you're going to submit this to Illinois. Now, once it's submitted, it'll send you an email letting you know that they've received your submission. And then depending on the state, it usually takes between 3 to 7 business days for them to go through that and make sure it's all correct and officially register your LLC with the state. Now, once you have that, they're going to send you your articles of incorporation. That is extremely important. You need your articles of incorporation for the next step of creating your business correctly. You have to get your EIN. It's your employer identification number. And with that, you need your employer identification number to open up business bank accounts, to hire employees, to pay your taxes, and do everything along those lines, to get insurance. So with that, I have a video that I'll link down below walking you through the steps of getting your EIN. The same companies that will charge you to set up your LLC for free, they'll also charge you to set up your EIN. And the EIN is even easier to set up than an LLC. And again, click on the link below and I'll show you exactly how to do that. The other thing that we have set up is we have a business starter pack that we have created just for people like you. The business starter pack is a very reasonable one-time purchase that is going to include all of the documents that you need for your first year of business. It's going to have your operating agreement, and all the documents that are in there are customizable. So you're going to be able to customize your operating agreement and every other document that's in there for your business. And you need an operating agreement to open up your business bank account as well. It's going to have in there also a non-compete. It's going to have non-disclosure agreements. It's going to have in there non-disparagement agreements. It's going to have all of those documents that you might not know that you need, but you definitely do. It's going to have templates for invoices. It's going to have in there templates for estimates when you're sending estimates to potential customers. It's also going to have lots of documents talking about a lot of the smaller things in business that you don't really think about right now. Like, how do you hire your first employee? How do you fire your first employee? Or how you best protect yourself legally from lawsuits? All those documents are in there, and all that information is in there. I've curated all these documents over the past 15 years of building multiple businesses, and this is the type of thing I wish I would have had when I first started my business, because it would have saved me months of research, thousands of dollars, and lots of headache. And again, this is a one-time purchase. Once you have this, you have it forever. A lot of those other companies will say that you have it forever, but as long as you're paying their annual fee. Once you're not paying that annual fee anymore, you don't have access to those documents. So go check that out. It has everything that you're going to need. Not only that, but in our community, we have a bunch of different entrepreneurs that are there to help you out. You're going to have questions. How do you deal with angry customers? How do you deal with angry employees? How do you rank higher on Google searches? How do you market yourself correctly through social media? We have experts in all of these different areas to help you with all of these things. So go check it out. Click on the link below. It's going to help you tremendously. And again, it is for a small one-time purchase, and it's going to save you so much time and so much money. Go check that out, and let's get your business growing.